Summer heat, winter storm. BORG. Autumn leaves, spring reborn. BORG. Sunrise bright, midnight scorn. BORG. Forevermore. Hydrated, they scream. I say that's just a tired meme. Need to pick me up a new extreme. BORG in my cup, living the dream. Elixir of God straight from the machine. Got that BORG flow, you know what I mean. Don't care what they say, sipping all day. It's a lifestyle, no other way. BORG in the AM, BORG in the PM. BORG when I'm winning, BORG when I'm grim. BORG with my friends, BORG with a grin. BORG is the wave, jump right in. Mix it up nice, no need to be dim. BORG life forever, my anthem, my hymn. Summer heat, winter storm. Autumn leaves, spring reborn. Sunrise bright, midnight scorn. Pow wow wow, yippee-yo, yippee-yay. Pow wow, yippee-yo, yippee-yay.
Pow wow, yo, yippee, yay, guys. Pow number 39, and I'm super excited to be with you guys today. As always, we'll dive into love the community, then talk about what is happening on SwissBorg network with an amazing keynote talking about the new pay to trade campaign that is changing the world of trading and wealth management. Talk about loyalty ranks, and of course, talk about this beautiful token that is called the BORG that's heading straight to $1 very soon, hopefully. We're definitely extremely excited about that, and of course, have some fun. As you guys know, my name is Cyrus. I'm the proud founder and CEO of SwissBorg, always here to serve you. First question, what happens to my premium stake during the update? So as you guys know, at SwissBorg, one of the strong utility of the SwissBorg token is to become premium. With a premium, you not only have status, you have a great experience within the SwissBorg app, you're able to get vaults that do not exist for others, you're able to cut the line, you're able to trade with better tools at a cheaper price, you're able to get more yield, have more governance power. We put all in together, as you guys know, and today all of your premiums are now considered staked BORG. And we're going to talk about the different ranks they have within the SwissBorg ranks. So how does it look in the app? It's very easy. It's automatically updated. So you see the transactions here. So for example, here there was 48,000 BORG. Essentially goes right into the premium that was canceled and that you're able to stake the BORG. So now let's talk about the keynote. The keynote of last week, I should shout out to the one we had in English, which was amazing. Alex organized it and all this sci-fi. Please let us know what you liked the most out of it. Obviously, the content, but as well, I think the format was really cool. It's very different. For the one on French, désolé pour les premières minutes. But guys, come on. We had a great one in English. Right after, I had to run to the next one. I didn't run. I took my bicycle to the next one. And we made it over there. So it was definitely really tricky to make it perfect. But I believe we did a great outcome. And I think so the BORG price is just talking by itself. So guys, you know, this was this fantastic studio that Alex animated it. I hope you guys enjoyed the Shisha BORG. We tried to make it as good. Sorry for the poor acting. But overall, I really did enjoy it. I think it was really cool. And again, the one at Lausanne, which was fantastic. I thought it was really cool. Obviously with Benji and Aurélien as well, showing the card, the transaction, so many bullish information happening within a short amount of time. And again, the BORG is obviously the main stage, the main actor, the protagonists, the heart of SwissBorg network. And why is it pumping so much right now? We'll talk about it shortly. The blueprints. So what was the main takeaways from the keynote? So first, let's look at the beautiful fundamentals about Altsusen blueprints. The Altsusen blueprint, which is very important, the main takeaway is that this is not the same as the other season, the other cycles, right? People are going to be investing in tokens that make sense. There's been so much bullshit happening in 24 with all these pumps that it will go from always one extreme to the other. That's what life is always about. You go from a high temperature to low temperature. And that's what people want. The attention span of the planet now is exactly that. You go from something soft to hard. So we went from bullshit, the most fundamentally low amount of essentially value that is created by meme coins that eventually creates value with this community. But the basics have nothing to eat, to the most fundamental ones, which have a strong utility, that have a strong community, that has a strong buybacks and all of that. And we really showed that this is what we've been saying forever. It's just that 24 was really driven to this narrative. Let's fair launch ICO back, but at the end people realize there's no such thing as fair launch to these things. It's only bots that are sniping people and then dumping on people, right? So it didn't end up very well. Now we're going the other way, and the full thing is about fundamentals, looking at tokens that do huge buybacks and has a great token economics as well. And obviously SwissBorg within that has been essentially classified as one of the best one, right? Because you have strong buybacks, you have a low FDV, you have a high circulation supply. There's so many different things that brought to it that brings this high alpha, right? Then the second thing, obviously, around SwissBorg was all about pay to trade. This is something new, right? Web3 is about paying you guys using platforms. That's what it is. Right? Web 2, it's all about captivating you and making you, enslaving you to take out your data and essentially sell it. Well, the Web 3 is the opposite. How we communicate, create together something that's awesome, then how people get fairly rewarded, right? This meritocracy that we always talk about. Pay to trade is definitely the new model that I believe, mark my words, everyone's going to tap into it. It's just normal. So the pay to trade model here has really shown that this is much more powerful than just cashback. The idea behind that is the more you trade, the more successful you get to eventually, but more importantly, the more essentially cashback that you get. And essentially this cashback with the token appreciation actually could pay you to actually trade. And this is something that's crazy. And a lot of people are saying, but Cyrus, but why are you focusing so much on trading? Why are we focusing so much on trading today? Is because the markets have dramatically changed. There's a lot of hot potatoes. Look at what happened with these meme coins, right? SPX, all these different things. I went to crazy valuations. I went to zero eventually. If you're not able to trade, especially the tokens that you don't really own forever, you're going to be essentially liquidity of someone else. We, as a community, have to stand up and have to take our blades, our swords, and our shields in order to, if you want to go into volatile tokens, you have to go in and out, right? You don't have to go in the earliest part and get out the best part, latest part either. So like if you're a party, you don't need to show up at 8 o'clock and finish at 5 a.m. But you could maybe get the party at, 9:30, 10 o'clock, have some drinks until midnight and just leave the party. That's good enough. You don't need the craziness, right? That's what's something that has to, because you never know how crazy some of these tokens goes, right? So this is something that is very, very important to people to know, as the market has dramatically changed. The buy and hold doesn't work. I'm down 30% on Nestle for last year, right? Which is the blue stock of all time, right? So this is what we have to do. And what we as well did with the pay to trade new campaign is that we completely took the premium models and we said, okay, you know what? Let's take infinite amounts of tokens that could create infinite amounts of privileges and as well of cashback. This is what we really did. So there's no stoppage at like 20,000 BORG tokens, your generation at the highest. No, you could go to whatever you want, because we have these 6 different essentially ranks, which goes from bronze, silver, gold, diamond, platinum, and elites. But then you have the top 1,000 and top 100 and the top 10 token bowlers. So you really have infinite levels to compete yourself and as well with the others. This is a great clear framework, and the higher the rank, the higher your cashback is. Right now, as standard, you get roughly 5%. And then you will grow to 15% right for bronze, and you could climb up the financial ladder all the way to 90% cashback on all of your trades, which again creates this new great model. And once more, to make this really more creative, is that there's an infinite loop to this pay to trade with the BORG token. The BORG token being the centerpiece of this, making sure that you have this infinite loop of just whatever happens of accumulation of BORG tokens, right? If you trade in Bitcoin dollars, USDC to Bitcoin, you get some cash back in BORG. But even if you sell those BORG, you get back essentially some BORG. So there is really this infinite loop of making sure that BORG is the heart of the masterpiece. We really have elevated this in the best way possible. Another fantastic thing is that we have looked at you very carefully. We did messed up some things with Genesis Premium, right, in the past, and you guys have been very vocal about it. And we have learned from this lesson that, you know what, we understand this. What if we give a high percentage in a meritocratic way of giving you essentially multipliers, respecting history at the highest point. So if you have ICO participation, Genesis, Series A, if you have been Community Hall of Fame, all that gives you essentially a lot of multipliers to get to the next ranks, making sure we respect you guys and respect the whole hard work that you have already committed and this beautiful relationship that we have built together. Last but not least, we talked about the card, which is still in the development phase, but is actually working at least on a testing environment, right? It's not on a completely free to be for 1 million people to use it today, but it actually does work. It works with me. I did buy a bottle of mezcal 2 weeks ago with it. Yeah, it's great to be seeing the progress on the SwissBorg card. It's definitely be coming with a lot of cool stuff going forward. I want to shout out to Julianas and as well to, of course, Misha for doing these great keynotes as well, and the one of SwissBorg Mania en français and the German one, which is really great to see the community growing there. And it's always good to have the community forming there, and shout out to Benji for this too. Obviously, the news is going crazy. We even have like a great news today in the Swiss German newspaper. A little bit, everyone is essentially talking about the pay to trade, how this is a new model, and this is just getting a lot of attention and beautiful lights to SwissBorg. And there's more than that. There's just essentially TradingView, Coin Tribune, and many others. There's a lot of as well former partners and current partners as well that are talking about that. Certified Crypto, shout out. These guys have been backing us forever. Martini Guy, obviously, I mean, amazing. Carl the Moon, Market Mobster, and so many other people that are pushing this new pay to trade model that is the most meritocratic way to reward people in the most fairness way. So shout out as well to Tagado, Crypto Future, which obviously is a great guy. Les Rois du Bitcoin, love this guy. Crypto du Reef and many others that are pushing Astro, Super Solana. Yeah, so many people talking about this. So, are you bullish? Guys, are you bullish? Do you remember all these times I said it's going to happen? And we all knew this is going to happen. It's just that you never know how it's going to happen. And those are the weird moments of life, right? Where, you get to sit in your couch and you're staring at the, that whiteboard, staring at your computer, and you're starting to think like, okay, but this doesn't work. Like how can we make these things work? How do you connect dots together, right? Sometimes just the wind blows and, you have this beautiful, boat that's just prepared for it. But sometimes you really have to think internally more. And it's always in the biggest times that are quite difficult, like this summer. It was a very difficult summer for at least me personally, because, you work so hard. We work really hard. And we have high hopes, right? And we have high hopes because we have high responsibilities and we need to fulfill these responsibilities, especially me as a CEO, right? It's always a weird job because you have to try to, with your teams, your community, get to build this best protocol, this best business model, and try to sell it and make it use and learn from it and do some A/B testings and try to say, okay, you know what, just go this direction. It doesn't really matter. This one was exactly that. It was like, June has some vacation, but then July, August, I didn't take any days off, which was, by the way, a stupid move. Don't recommend this at all, because I mean, it is very productive, but it's just weird because it's super hot and you're just, in your, behind your laptop and of course, you could maybe swim at lunchtime or whatever. But my point is that you feel a bit alone. And in this process, we're keep on putting pressure in, and especially if you look at Benji, right, who's had a very small team, and so this whole thing of like, they were like, yeah, but the hero score never worked, the thing before never worked, this doesn't matter, this is going to work. So we had to always rethink, and every freaking day I got to this point is like, I don't care what else happens as company, every day a lot of key players are going to meet with me, and during 1 hour and 30 minutes, this is the only subject. And it's going to be every morning. I wake up, the only thing I'm going to think is how to make this better. Like loyalty ranks, cashback, but now pay to trade. And we have so much more coming, by the way. You think this is over? This is just like a tipping point of a new fantastic protocol to build. But there's so much cool things. Anthony's 100% full back, by the way, on this. There's an investment team working on really cool things to really get to funnel up. And just sometimes, it's that little extra that I always say that makes you extraordinary, right? So how does pay trade cashback works? Essentially, imagine your gold, right? With gold, you get 50% cashback. And right now, you're going to buy essentially, you're going to sell $1,000 worth of Bitcoin, right? And what's going to happen on the backside is that SwissBorg essentially is going to take $9.90 of commission on that. And then is going, the half of that, so pretty much $5 to make it easier, is going to buy back BORG on the market. And then is going to, after 7 days or more, pretty much, you're going to get the BORG within your BORG staked account, right? And this is a great way for you guys essentially to maximize, obviously, your investment journey, but as well grow your BORG account will enable you to get to be financially free and climb up the ladders of this new rank system that we put in place. And essentially, this gives a huge buyback power to the BORG on a weekly basis, right? So this is a very great way for anyone to get into the ecosystem in a very great and fantastic way. And the greater thing is everyone that trades within SwissBorg essentially is buying back BORG on the market and getting it back to his account. So another thing by doing this, which is very important, is like there's a lot of users, right? We have 850,000 users. We have that did KYC downloads much more. We have 500,000 that have traded through SwissBorg, and we have 200,000 that are active. That means that trade on a monthly basis, right? But we only have 150,000 token holders. So you get where I'm getting here, right here, or not? That means anyone within SwissBorg app, so the 200,000 is going to be there. So by the end of this year, for sure, we're going to get 200,000, even if we don't, have new acquisition. So in another way, what I just told you, the growth system that we always was based on, that we needed to create more users, now it's not the case. It's just people will get into these ranks. And, the person maybe is just trading, let's just say for now, just Bitcoin or Ethereum or whatever, Solana, right? And he's starting to get some dust, right? But the more he's trading, then he's saying like, oh, wait. If I just now get, 1,000, I could get more cash back. Oh, you know what? I'll buy like 900 more BORG. I have or 200 or 800 more BORG just to be, bronze. But what happens after that? Bronze is like, I'll just get to the next one. 3,000, I get to silver. You know what? I really like this app. Well, let's go right away to gold, or let's go to platinum, diamond, or diamond, platinum, or elite, right? And so this is a way that we believe that we're going to increase 500 more essentially token holders per day, and we're going to get to 200K by the end of the year. So this is a fantastic way to, without external growth, essentially internal growth, make sure that everyone actually starts accumulating BORG. So that's why, again, this is a fantastic new mechanism. People that were outside of the BORG ecosystem within the SwissBorg are now all tied to the BORG token. So this is how much it creates immense value. And this is why people are understanding right now, like, oh, shoot, okay, that's crazy. Like, everyone is doing it.
The most powerful utility. is when every trade buys back BORG.
Okay, so now you're trying to understand like why is BORG pumping, right? Why do we went from 25 cents less than a month ago to now 60 cents? There's mathematics behind. Obviously, people are like, oh, I want this to, but what we understand is the fundamental value in it, right? Not the frenzy, meme, or type of people just got into a token for speculation. But let's try to withdraw that, which will have another leg up and bring much higher probably the token. But let's now just think about fundamentals. And I want to talk about to the generation people here. So as you know, at SwissBorg, we've had multiple different categories. We've had to start with, I always forget them. They were bad names. But let's get to this slide. Sorry. Explorer, Community, Pioneer, Generation, and Genesis, right? Genesis was the first one. Then was Community. And then we filled the gaps with the other ones. Pioneer was never really a big cohort. It was always essentially Explorers, a Community, Generation, and Genesis. So I want to talk to generation people. So generation people are people that have 20,000 BORG that are locked today. All of these guys, they said, most of these guys are now the cohort that's making grow essentially the BORG token. Most of these guys are like, I don't want to go to gold. Why would I go down to gold? I want to get to platinum. So people, what they said, okay, you know what? 10K, I'll buy 10K of BORG. Maybe that at an average price of, let's say, I don't know, from 30 to 60 cents today, right? And they're saying, okay, you know what? I'll buy this 3K, 4K, 5K, 6K of BORG, and I'll lock it, right? And these people now are at 30,000, right? Which means that these people could have a monthly cashback of they trade $1 million, which is what people could do on average if you have roughly, you know, 50 to 100K, because we actually turn a lot the portfolios when you think about it out of a year. The monthly cashback would be roughly $536 at the price of BORG today. And that could be a yearly cashback to $6,000. So this could be like a huge substantial amount of essentially of BORG. So this is people that get this bigger picture. And of course, then there's all these other things, which is, you know, the platinum access, what you have behind it, the voting power, you know, the market insights, the vaults that you get access to it, you know, these different platinum vaults and all that for alpha, trading vaults and all that. So there's a lot of perks that are attached to this. But what happens to people if, for example, they don't have the money right today, right? They have, let's say 20,000 BORG, right? So we could go at 20,000 BORG. And they want to, or let's know, you know what, they have now this 30,000 BORG, right? And they are in platinum, but they want to go to diamond, right? So if you roughly have BORG right now, that's at, you know, at 60 cents. So you have roughly $1,500 or euros of budget per month to buy. Well, that means that you'll, within the next 12 months, by auto-investing into the BORG on a monthly basis or daily basis, whatever you want to do, you will be able essentially to get within 12 months to your diamond rank. And the diamond rank, what that will do, which is insane, is obviously that will boost even higher, essentially your trading volume, your cashback as well. This will enable you to get obviously much higher, up to 10,000 or more. It depends on your trading volume. And this is what people are exactly doing. So we're seeing these two different cohorts, which is people like, you know what, I'll just buy BORG right now. I'll get to like platinum. Other people will be like, I go right now, but I still auto investing maybe on a daily basis. And here's cases, you know, 1,300. So what does that mean? That means it's, $50 per day, right? No, even less. Yeah, it's pretty much that. $40 to $50 per day, and it's just buying BORG. And we're seeing a lot of people just doing that. Auto investing to get to your next essentially diamond, your next tier or whatever, or essentially buying right away day one, say, like, you know what, I'm going to sell some of my Bitcoin. I think there's a good price. BORG token is doing very great. I want to get to the next essentially rank within the SwissBorg. And you could have this forever. And this is going to be extremely well explained within the SwissBorg app too, We're working very hard on this with the team of loyalty to make sure that you understand how to get there in a better way, and make sure as well how the BORG token and these ranks are so essential to your financial journey, climbing this financial independency. So this is really something that we're putting hard together. I hope you guys understood this. This, by the way, just to make things clear, this way to calculate it, just go on the BORG right here page, right? You just go into the ranks, and this is it. It's extremely well explained, the whole thing, and it goes same as well. If people right now only have 1,000 BORG, and we're our former getting this wrong, like explorer rank, and they want to get to for example to 3,000, well they could buy 1,000 and then they could DCA this over a few months, and here's a great way to calculate this. And this is the right way. It's the great way for building wealth management, being disciplined and focused on the long run. I hope you guys enjoyed this, and we'll have more and more great experience within the SwissBorg app. Sorry guys, this is a really long one, but there's too much emotion to this, so it's really great. Obviously, shout out to everyone who's on the train, has booked their ticket, are in the spaceship. These are all beautiful pictures that you gave together. They're all fantastic. Shout out to everyone. They're all good. Brave BORG. I love that one. It just makes me fun. All of them are great. I don't have enough time to go through that, but this is really beautiful. And thank you so much as well for all the tweets that are happening, which is fantastic. Thank you very much for this, which is really cool. Right now, the token obviously is pumping. It's a bit over than that. It's roughly 60 cents. And it is on the road to this beautiful $1. And of course, that's only the first stop. BORG and some data. Things are going well, as you guys know. The thing is pumping very seriously, which is very good. In terms of numbers of the SwissBorg app, is going well too. The volume is really nice. Here's $83 million. That means that this week we would have roughly over $400,000 to buy back BORG within just these 7 days, which is fantastic. And the rest of the I would say the activity is still good. But looking forward to the next week. The community index today is going to be quite nice. It's 7.1. Well, social media, we couldn't do better. I mean, the one with essentially with the fantastic videos were way too good. And BORG holders are not growing yet, but starting today, everything's changing. Shout out to this, and shout out to Sarah for this fantastic video. Thank you very much.
BORG, 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 going to the moon, going to the moon, going to the moon. BORG, 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 to the moon, going to the moon, going to the moon, going to the moon. My BORG is going to the moon, moon. Going to the moon, going to the moon. My BORG is going to the moon.
Guys, I hope you liked this Pow Wow today. Obviously, I've enjoyed it. I've been enjoying the train so much. I think so. Again, about this video, which is BORG to the moon. It was done already like a month ago, and then we said, hey, Sarah, this is a good one, but let's keep it on the side, because this is going to happen within the next few weeks, but let's keep it on the side. So hope you guys enjoyed it. Hope you guys enjoyed this Pow Wow. There's a lot of things we didn't uncover about, listing of tokens, the trading vaults, and many other cool things, but I think so it was a good one to make sure that we focused on BORG going to the moon, going to the moon. So as always, guys, be wealthy, be healthy. Love our BORG equity. Take care, guys. Much love. See you soon.
Pow, wow, wow.